Welcome back to Bossman Sports Cards here on Box Score Collectibles. Oh, yeah. We are here on a minor league Monday. We're going to chat about some minor league stuff. We're going to open up some minor league cards. And yeah, I think that's going to be about wrapping it up. We are going to be discussing the fact that a lot of the minor league ball players right now are down in Arizona and Florida for spring training. I know that I'm excited about the fact that I'm going to be in Arizona come mid March. Yeah. Ball players are heading down there. They started last week and they should be all there by now. Pitchers and catchers started. I believe Cubs and Dodgers pitchers and catchers started on the 9th of February, and everybody's been coming in ever since. Get a lot of videos on Instagram, especially for the Mariners development group, but all of them. Texas, I've seen stuff from them. I've seen stuff from the Dodgers, all stuff on Instagram, all the stuff on YouTube. Very exciting about all the young ball players, whether roster invitees or non roster invitees. Um, Great stuff. Over here in Modesto with us Modesto Nuts, we've got two non-roster invitees in on the big league roster for spring training. So can't wait till they get back to Modesto so we can get our season going. Yeah, we got our town hall tomorrow night, and that's exciting. It's gonna be my first town hall preseason wise. Uh, let's see what is going on in the minor leagues right now. Thanks for coming along. How's it going, Scott? The goose is loose. I think we talked pitchers and catchers last time. And you know what? Let's take a look and see what's going on in the MiLB pipeline for first baseman and second baseman. Um, let's see. Top 100 MiLB. I'm going to bring that up right now. I am a little bit behind because, well, got a new phone, and man, did that put me behind schedule today. Now, for those that don't know, I got a big old monitor now, and it is definitely helping spread out information so I can go from one screen to the next without almost any kind of delay. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely fantastic. But it also allows me to go from one to the other while still sharing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and shrink that down. Let's come up here and I'm going to share my screen. We're going to talk first baseman to start. Goose, how are ya? If you can hear me, blink twice. All right, here we go. So you got Caglione with the Royals. Okay, he is up in high A. I actually just saw a video about his dad pulled his card. Big card collecting family, apparently. So I'm all for that kind of fun stuff. Now, here in Cal League, we had the number 3 guy on the first baseman for a very short time. With the Stockton Ports, he moved up very quickly. Nick Kurtz. Baseball and I got to see him in fall ball this past year, and he is as advertised. He is a big brute with a big bat, and he's going to do some damage. The only thing that's going to get in his way is where's he going to play? Soderstrom kind of has a stranglehold on first base, along with other A's ball players. whether in the big leagues or AAA. So he's got some work cut out for him. They're expecting him up around 2026. So not this season, but next. The guy above him, Bryce Eldridge, he uh, he tormented us this past year with the nuts. He moved up very quickly. They're expecting him to be in Sacramento also, but as the River Cats in Triple A this year, and it would not surprise me at all from seeing him firsthand if he got some taste up in the big leagues this season. Uh, Smooth hitting lefty. He's what, 6'7"? Yeah. Um, Plays first base. He in a in a 3-game span against us, he hit, I think, 6 home runs. And they weren't just, solo shots. They were 3-run grand slams, all of them, and they weren't questionable when they left his bat. Like, he was in a zone, but he has been moving up. They've got him listed in AAA. Like I said, would not be surprised to see him up with San Francisco at some point in time this year. Um, yeah, the guy is a beast. Uh, you know what, Scott? Yes, with Kurtz, I don't see him being rushed, but man, it is going to be tough to keep Eldridge uh, down in Sacramento. Just got to be honest, my gut tells me that, and the eyeball test for me. I know scouts aren't supposed to use eyeball tests anymore, but man, it's going to be tough to not put him up there. Especially if you get some injuries with the Giants. I mean, it's going to be tough. All right. So where were we at next? Okay. Xavier Isaac and Trey Morgan, both with Tampa. Let's expand that back out. Okay. Both. It has both of them in Double A. Trey Morgan, got to watch some of him this fall ball. I like his bat. I like his speed. It definitely suits him more if he's going to be in the outfield. Personally speaking, that's what I'm seeing. So there you go. There's the top 5. Let's go to the next 5. Okay. Detroit is about to become very ridiculous with their offensive power. Um, Josue, he's gonna come in. He's 6'4". He bats lefty. He's a right-handed thrower. From what I've seen, he'll make a great DH, no doubt about that. He'll have to share some time with Torkelson and whoever else Detroit brings in to the infield. Um, Ryan Clifford, okay, he was just waiting to hear about Alonso going somewhere else. So he's gonna probably be stuck in Double A this season. From everything that I've read and that I've heard, uh, big lefty power bat. We'll see. We'll see how it goes for him. Cleveland Guardians. Okay, they got once again couple of great prospects, both first base and outfield. And it's amazing if you take a look at a lot of the first basemen in the minors, they'll put them at first base until they can either slim down and develop some speed or develop some more muscle and stay at first base. But a lot of the thinner, quicker first basemen will probably make it to the outfield instead. Lawrence Butler is someone that comes to mind, and I believe that that's going to be the case with Kefas. We'll see. We'll see. He's a lefty, strong arm, so could just stay in the outfield. And then rounding it up, Tyler Locklear. He touched on the uh, T-Mobile Park last year. I expect him to probably be on the big league roster come day one, or pretty close to it, if not on the roster. He's got his rookie card this year in 2025. That was great to see. And yeah, it'll be great to have Tyler Locklear up at first base, hopefully for the long term. Good young kid. I hope to see him when I'm in Arizona. It'll be great. So I'm going to shrink this down. We are sharing here in StreamYard and here on YouTube. But when I'm sharing, I can't see what's going on. So, hey, Titus and Scott, how are you doing? Titus, Japanese always won my eyeballs because it's being a different color. Oh, goodness, Titus, you're cracking me up. Titus always bringing the fun and exciting conversations to the chat. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Do we want to go over second baseman or do we want to go through third baseman? Let's do third base. Where did they go? Just added here. I guess I had hit back instead of over. Let's go to third base because first base and third base, especially with the strong arms, um, they can go either way. All right, here we go. Kobe Mayo, also with his rookie card in this. Oh, that's why I'm sharing the other. All right, third base. Here we go. All right. Kobe Mayo, yeah, he's going to be up there as long as they can find a spot for him in that great young Baltimore lineup. I mean, it is packed with young ball players, top to bottom, great ball players. Matt Shaw, we've been hearing several things about him for the last couple years over in Chicago. Let me shrink some stuff down so I can see what's going on. There we go. All right. Looks like only the host can see the okay. Reading what's going um, on StreamYard. Sorry, I'm playing solo tonight. Brian is he's not usually here for Minor League Monday. I would like to see him come on at some point in time because he and Scott they get to see the ball players a lot more than I do because of the fact that I'm working in the league. Um, it would be great to have their point of view and chat a bit with them. We got Cam Smith, number 3, with Houston. Hopefully, they do not rush this young man. Um, let's see. Yeah. 6'3, 224, right-handed. I mean, most, if not all, third basemen are right-handed because it just makes more sense. Just like it's weird to see a lefty catcher. It would be very odd to see a lefty third baseman. It has happened, but you're not going to see that very much. All right, Braden Taylor, once again, Tampa, loaded with the young talent. From what I've seen of him, he kind of reminds me more of a second baseman, but he does have a strong enough arm to make it across the field. He's quicker than most third basemen because he is thinner. He is more agile. Cam Collier, we've been hearing a lot about him for several years, but he just can't quite seem to get a grasp on how to move up. He's still in high A, so we'll see where that goes. Jace Young, I mean, that's Josh Young's little brother. He's with Detroit. Once again, Detroit, good grief. They are young. Baltimore and Detroit are just stacked with great young ball players. Um, and Jace is no different. quick enough and agile enough to be second base, but strong enough to be over at third. And Brady House with the Nationals, we'll have to see because they have some openings that might just let him squeak in. They're projecting that he will make it this year. Would not be surprised. Tommy White. This is an interesting ball player at number 8 on the chart. Can't wait to see him. They say he's down in Arizona. We'll see if he makes it to Stockton. The rosters will be coming out in about a month. Like right before the season is when supposedly when we get to see the rosters is right before opening day, and here in the Cal League for low A and I think high A as well, April 4th. So it'll be interesting to see how his summer went, how the development has gone. Will he be with Stockton to start the season for a very short time, or will he be staying in Arizona and then coming up eventually? Um, Scott would have probably a better insight. Brian would have a better insight on the Stockton stuff going on or the athletics pipeline than me. DeZenzo, he's in the same boat as Cam Smith. I hope they don't rush him. They expect him to be there this year. They got him at third base or first. Big power hitter. We'll see. 6'5", good size. Probably going to see more at first base. But we'll see. We will see. And Mike Boev, haven't heard anything about him. Not going to even try to fake it. He's up in double A. But yet they expect him by 2025. 22 years old. Hopefully they won't rush him too much. Milwaukee, as far as I know, they do have some slots available that have been empty since last year. We'll see. We'll see. I don't have anything on this kid. Let's take a look. Scouting grades: hits 60, power 45. Overall at a 50. So he was a second round pick in 2023. Right now he's in Biloxi. He's a king of contact over the 3 years at the University of Nebraska. Okay, and that was never clear in his junior campaign when he finished amongst the top 5 nationally with a 4.3% K rate. Wow. Okay, hitting over 400. You know what? Yeah, yeah, you hit over 400, teams should take a chance on you. So the question is he more of a third baseman at 6'1", 210? Can he play second base if you're talking about average? Because the power numbers don't really seem to be there, but if he's hitting for average, where do they have a spot that's open? Um, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Looks like we've gotten a couple of comments. So I'm going to close this down. I'm going to stop sharing and we're going to get back to what's going on. Titus, who will you see as the big contender this year for hitting and for pitching? um, Pretty much hitting wise, I wouldn't be surprised if anybody out of the Baltimore system or the Tiger system just lays into what's going on. And don't be surprised if you hear the name Lazaro Montes out of the Mariners system. Right now, he's in between high A and double A. He is, you know, lots of comparisons between him and Jordan Alvarez. They had the same hitting instructor before they both got signed to international signed contracts. Big lefty, outfielder, strong arm. Yeah, that one would be a surprise if you don't hear about him. Now, as for pitching, uh, anything is up in the air when it comes to pitchers. Let's see. Let's pull up pitching. We talked about pitching last week or 2 weeks ago. Um, I would hope that St. Louis doesn't pull Quinn Matthews up too soon, and, uh, the White Sox have a couple of good lefties. Hopefully, once again, they don't pull anybody up too quickly, especially with that lineup. But for you, you know who's gonna be the top pitcher. Come on, Titus. You just wanna hear me say it. It's gonna be Sasaki. He's gonna be surrounded by stud, defenders and stud hitters. It'll be difficult for anyone to do any better than he's gonna be. The only question is how long, if at all, will he be seeing AAA? I mean, Jackson Jobe, he's with Detroit. He's a big name right now. He's got his rookie card in Series One. Or is it just the autos that he's got in Series One? I know I've seen the 90 redo auto for Jackson Jobe. I can't remember if his actual rookie card is in 2025 Series One. Bubba Chandler, he's been, toying around with the idea of being pulled up, but Pittsburgh has the great situation of having so many good young arms. I mean, everybody heard about Paul Skeens last year. You've got Mitch Keller. Jared Jones flew under the radar. He had a really good rookie year as well. Um, yeah. So, yep, Scott, I hope to see White and Stockton also. Um, it would be good to see him take his time and develop in Arizona and then in Stockton and not get rushed. Hopefully, the A's see him as a future piece, a cornerstone piece that can either help bring them into Vegas or solidify their life in Sacramento. All depends on how you think that system is going to go. A lot of people are not thinking that the A's are going to be leaving Sacramento anytime soon. Uh, so yeah, I'm with you there, Scott. Hopefully, we see White and Stockton, and then he's not rushed. All right. So I hope that answered your question there, Titus. God is great. Um, it's going to be Sasaki. You know this. You've As far as I know, you've seen him play for a long time now, right? I think you're saying that he might be a relative of somebody. So very cool. Very cool. So there you go. Talking first baseman and third baseman. Next week, we'll probably be hitting into shortstops and second baseman. And hey, next week we will have a little bit clearer of a picture on what's going on in the minors because spring training will be getting further along and the contenders will be separated from the pretenders. Lots of young ball players developing, having a chance to get the best training and coaching that you could ever hope for down in Florida and Arizona. I am excited to see it firsthand. Now, if you haven't been to spring training, a lot of, if not all, I think Scottsdale is the only one that I couldn't see that has all the ballparks, the fields behind the big ballpark, and all the young athletes getting their training, getting games in. Um, Absolutely fantastic. Yep, games start on Saturday. It's time to take me out to the ball game again. Very exciting stuff. We're going to try to get Scott rolling around to some of the ports and nuts games here in California. I'm sure he wants to get to some River Cats games and some A's games being a little bit closer. Yeah, like right down the road. Is your hat? That's great. Scott's picture has him with a ports hat on. I think. Yeah, looks like it. Perfect. So, Scott, you're probably going to want to go to some of the River Cats games. I'm hoping to get some of the Mariners games. There we go. And someday we'll all get to the Hall of Fame. I got my pennants up behind me. Oh, that's great stuff. All right. So there's some of the news. There's some of the wrap up, some of the evaluations firsthand of my lack of knowledge on some of the minor league guys. Now it's time to take a look back at 2021 minor leagues through Heritage. Now, Tops has discontinued doing the Heritage Minors. Um, I'm hoping to find some boxes of Pro Debut very soon. My LCS around here did not have any in the last couple of days. I do need to travel up to either Sacramento or Elk Grove or Lodi or somewhere else, apparently, if I want to get some minor league stuff. I do have, in-house stadium giveaway packs that we could be opening, and we might get into that. But for right now, let me bring the cards to the stage. Oh, yeah. And let's make the cards uh, be the focal point. Maybe. There we go. Solo layout for the cards. That's what we're here for. The cards. 2021 Heritage Miners. Spencer Torkelson right there on the front. We talked about him when we were talking about the young Tigers down in the minor leagues and how there's going to be a lot of need for sharing of time. And how thankfully, because there is such a great amount of top young talent out in Major League Baseball, some of these minor league guys are not going to be rushed. Boom. All right. Here we go. We will start with the 72 Tops poster card box toppers. Okay, should be 3 cards in here. The style of the poster from back in the day. All right. Wander Franco, Austin Martin, and Austin Hendrick. I'll just bring the microphone a little bit more over this way so that I can open the cards and not have my head completely turned away from you guys. So remember, this was not the last of Heritage Minor Leagues. There was 2022. We opened some of that last week, and we're going to open some of this week. Yeah. This is the 72 look. Okay, Vukovic, got to see him with Arizona last year in spring training. Got to see a lot of him when he was with Visalia, the Rawhide. Alec Thomas, Brandon Marsh. Okay, didn't really get to see him because he moved past Lake Elsinore before we really started going to minor league games. Mason Wynn, he's up in the league now. Josh Young, he's already a world champion with the Tigers or Rangers. I was thinking Texas. So that's one of the things that I love about looking back just a few years to see where they were and where they are now. It's crazy to think that some of these guys are so young that just a couple years ago, they were still in the minors. Remember, go see some minor league games. Go see the stars before they are stars. When they're right in front of you, you have a chance to just reach out and ask for an auto right there at the stadium. All right. Let's see how many folks we recognize. Zach Veen, he was a non-roster invitee last year. I believe he'll probably be with Colorado this season, maybe at some point in time. All right, here we go. Matt Manning. Okay, I think he was part of a no-hitter with the Tigers last year out of Sacramento, Sheldon High School. I want to say Smith was in the league for a bit last year. Jose Tena. Hey, he's been up with Cleveland. Julio, down when he was with Everett. Very nice. Remember, in these boxes, we can get 2 autos. Shane Baz, hey, Zach Veen, Miguel Vargas. We've heard these names up in the league. We've got Pedro Leon. Nice. Hey, Sean is in the house. How's it going? Get Christian Robinson. Hopefully he's gotten his act straight and he'll have a good season this upcoming year. Woo! Got a little choked up. Okay, Austin Hendrick, Glenn Allen Hill Jr. Got to see a lot of him for a couple of seasons in the Cal League. Robert Poisson, he's probably still with the Ports this upcoming season if he isn't gone by then. Oh, Aaron Ashby, we've seen him in the league. Gabriel Moreno, yeah. It's going? Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, it's better than not going, right? You excited about the season? Excited about spring training? Josiah Gray, he's now with Washington, doing great things. Kerstad with Baltimore. I mean, okay, Miguel Tejada, he was with in fact, the picture is of when he was with the Modesto A's this season, because we are going to be having our last season in Modesto. We're going to be doing some stuff respecting the history of the Modesto A's, along with, well, you don't see it here, but before the Modesto A's, we were the Modesto Reds, which was actually a Cardinals minor league system team. Kobe Mayo, we talked about him being the #1 prospect for first baseman. Grant McRae had his rookie card, Topps 2025 Series 1. Okay. Brett Beatty, we've seen him. Simeon Woods Richardson doing great stuff with Minnesota last year. Torkelson, we'll see how much he's got in him and see if some of these young ball players down the minors might be trying to push him to do even better. All right, Nick Gonzalez. Saw him up in Pittsburgh a bit last year. Be good to see some more this year. All right, on to the second stack. Looking forward to it. Waiting to see which new kids make it to Houston. Yeah, we actually discussed. Let's see. Share that screen again. We discussed first baseman. You guys got some good ones. No, it was third base. There we go. Cam Smith down in AA, and then you've got DeZenzo. They expect him to make it to the league this year, if not starting out in the lead. 6'5", 220. It'll be tough to keep him off the roster. I mean, honestly. So that'll be interesting. But that's who we went over today. We went over third baseman and first baseman. I'm sure my buddy Al Raleigh can't wait to see what Houston has in store. He's a big Astros fan. See, that's what I was thinking. I actually mentioned that the quicker young ball players should be looking more in the outfield, because they're just going to get sandwiched in the infield. I brought up Lawrence Butler, who's an outfielder for the Athletics, and how back when he was with Stockton, I said if he's got to get into the outfield or else he's going to get stuck and his development was going to be delayed. Sure enough, he's now in the league as as an outfielder, and it definitely happens to a lot of great young ball players. They get stuck in a position and they get lost in the shuffle. All right, Nick Gonzalez there. I mean, speaking of getting stuck in a stuck. Nick is a good shortstop, but you got O'Neal Cruz. Luckily, unfortunately, you got some visual of the big league when Cruz was hurt. Asa Lacy will be very interesting to see in Kansas City. All right. Detmers, he's already seen the league. We got another one of the little small stamps. Nick Gonzalez. Xavier Edwards, Gabriel Arias. Okay, names that we have seen up in the league. Westberg, Jeter Downs, even. Yeah. Remember, all the great ball players you see in the major leagues, you could have seen in the minor leagues. Right there, just feet away from you. No reason not to go and see the stars before they're stars. Okay, Max Meyer, Velade, yep, with Colorado, lots of good playing time there for him. Okay, Gunnar Henderson. We haven't seen any color yet. We haven't got an auto. We're supposed to get two. Corbin Carroll, there we go. Jaron Duran. Woo, we got an auto. All right, Rosario with the Minnesota Twins system. Oh, there we go. It is looking like one of my computers is running low on power. So if the cards go out, don't worry, we'll still be opening cards. Bo Naylor. Okay, he got traded in what, December? If I recall. So that'll be interesting. See how he can bounce back. Okay, Patino, Robert Hassall. Got to see him just destroying the ball in fall ball down in Arizona. Christopher Morel. Okay, he's with Tampa now, I believe, if I recall. And Mauricio over in the Mets system. All right. Last stack. One more auto to go. Hopefully some color. We'll see. Patrick Bailey right there on top with the Giants. He made it through their system pretty quickly. Bryce Durang up with the Brew Crew. One of those young infielders that's searching for a spot and some consistency. All right, the last stack of packs. Then we will call it a night. I am still not seeing any color. Oof. Not one serial numbered card out of this. Wow. Yep. It's a shutout of serial numbers, unless we find a reverse stock. All right. Velades, Cespedes, Liberatore. Okay. Seen him up in the league. Alvarez, doing great things with the Mets. Calabrese, Lodolo. Okay. Bobby Witt Jr. Back in Double-A with the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. Noise. Michael Harris. I mean, hey, what can be said about him that hasn't already been said? He's doing great stuff in Atlanta. Juan Grissom now with Boston. Torkelson. And yeah. There you go. Kobe Mayo coming through with the auto. Hello. That's almost as good as last week's pulling. Actually, I don't know. This might be very comparable to last week when we pulled Jackson Merrill. Nice. Kobe Mayo Auto. All right. What do we got left? Dylan Dingler. Liberatory. All right. We are coming up to the end. Another terrain. So we're getting some doubles here. Luis Matos. He's up with the Giants now. Riley Green. Finishing up the last handful. Patrick Bailey. And okay, Jordan Walker. He's been with the big club for the last couple of years. Jared Schuster doing big things. And Pete Crow Armstrong. So some of these guys, quite a few of them, actually got their rookie cards in the 2025 2025 Series 1 set. I've got my full set right here, right next to me. I'll take a handful of, what is this, 250 to later. So, yeah, finished my set. Thank you to Baseball. And, just, it was ridiculous. Four hobby boxes and a jumbo, and I'm still short 2 cards. How does that happen? But we pulled a Julio in the Heritage Minor. Here he is with the Mariners. Who else did we just pull some of in this handful? We're talking about O'Neal Cruz. Pete Crow Armstrong. There you go with the future star. Okay. There you go. All right. Well, hey, get yourself, even if it's some older years, but this Heritage minor league stuff is fun. Love seeing it. Love seeing the stars before they're stars. Go to a minor league ballpark around you if you have the chance. Yeah, go see the stars before they're stars. I cannot say it enough. Go have some fun. All right. Well, hey, I hope to see you at the ballpark, whether in Arizona or Modesto or anywhere that Gina and I are at. Okay, tomorrow we may or may not have cards and coffee. It all depends on how the town hall goes at the stadium, where we're going to be introducing some stuff to our season ticket holders, our MVPs. So we'll keep you up to date on what's going on there. All right, for everybody here at Box Score Collectibles, the Goose, and Baseball, this is the Boss Man here. Boss Man Sports Cards. Boss Man out.